Are you happy, Nick? Are you happy in life? Is life good?
No. My brother just got kicked in the face. They like to make me look like the bad guy. George likes to say I remind him of the bullies that picked on him growing up, or they had to deal with. You know, I want to say, like, how many times you had a gun to your head, George? How many times someone put a gun to your head? How many of your best friends been shot through the chest with a .45? Or how many of your best friends been stomped, put to sleep into a coma? And you know, we all had to deal with these things in life. Should I go? I mean, how many kids put gum in your hair growing up? Like, should I go further back? I mean, we have to deal with these things. You know, it's hard times for everybody. And
Did you fuck people up in high school?
I was never like picking on people or anything like that. It was more the other way around. I was a little insecure. I was broke. I was on welfare. I was getting dropped off from the corner. My mom dropped me off down the street. She's driving a shitty car.
It embarrassed me too.
Yeah,
dog.
I fucking
feel that.
And I wouldn't go to school unless like my clothes looked right or something. I was like really like,
insecure.
I had a really hot girlfriend in high school, and I'd get in fights over that. And then by the time I got into high school, I was moved around a lot of schools, so I was getting in fights in high school over that. And then I had bad attendance, and they put me on some half-day thing where they're like, okay, you're dangerous, you're on a half-day, and we want you to make perfect attendance before you can come back to a full day, and we're going to escort you from class to class. I'm like, I'm already embarrassed and insecure enough to be in school. Getting in
That's
fights
pretty
all the time.
impressive, though, man. Be escorted
Yeah,
from class to class.
Like, it was a weird,
spelling.
and then my mom, she was kind of a pushover. She wasn't like gonna go like, hey, this is bullshit. You know what I mean? So I just basically had no shot at doing well in school. So I dropped out sophomore year and started competing.
How important is your brother to the support system, getting through all the media and stuff?
My brother's the most important thing to me. Probably more important than anything. A lot of the time, it's why I have to push forward and do so good, because I can't. There'd been a lot less pressure on me if I didn't have a younger brother. I'm happy I do. I'm happy I do have a younger brother. I have a great younger brother and training partner, and I'm really grateful and thankful for that.
And Nick is a really close and dear friend of mine, so of course I'm going to defend him, but I see it's so unfair if one person tests for steroids that could actually really hurt a person, and the other person smokes a plant that makes them happy, and he gets suspended for 5 years, whereas the guy that could have hurt someone so much he could have died in there gets a slap on the wrist. It's not fair.
First of all, this sport, this commission, and everybody, they've done everything they can to keep me from being all the way on top, where I should be. They've did everything they could to keep me from proving to the world that I'm the best fighter in the world, which I am. They want to have nothing but they want to have nothing but weak sauce fighters in the sport. You want to call it a sport? First of all, it's not a sport. This is not a sport. This is why I got into this. See, those people are nothing but a bunch of crooks up there. The reason why I became a fighter, on top of a handful of reasons, was so that I don't have to break the law. And people around me and in my community, people I know, they don't have to break the law either. And they do a lot. We've been did a lot of good, and they got me in here sweating bullets in a freaking courtroom. Like my lawyers got me over to sweat, because they all thinking I'm gonna flip out and do something really nuts, like I was about this close to doing. I just think that it's bullshit, because you know what? I'll fight anybody in this whole sport. I'll beat every single. Here they got me over here. I can't even go. My brother's got a fight coming up. Are you going to tell me I can't even go and corner my brother where he goes into this ain't a sport. This is war. This is warfare. This is a war game. He's going in there. He's going in there to fight for his life. I can't even go stand next to him. They deprive me of not just money now, but the right to stand up for not only what I believe in, but for my little brother. I can't even go and help my little brother. And it's like, you know, I'm like, y'all can get knocked the fuck out. All of these whole little, everybody in the room right now. But I gotta keep my cool and walk around and go, you know, they got me sweating bullets in a little court office hearing or whatever, when I should be sweating bullets in the gym, training for a fight. So let me tell you, if I had that fight right now, right this second, I would win that fight. Because that's how I feel. I feel like I'll beat anybody right now.
They suspended you for 5
And that's why this
years.
feeling, what I got right now from being in that room too long, is exactly why I became a fighter. It's exactly why I walked out of classrooms. This is exactly why, you know, I couldn't make it through high school. I had little gangbangers trying to start up with me. I had little fights here and there. I couldn't make attendance. I wasn't gonna go to college. I had someone tell me the other day, like, oh yeah, you could have gone to college if you want to. I was like, really? I'm like, I got moved out of school. I got moved out of 3 or 4 grammar schools. They tried to put me on drugs. Okay. Then the teacher's gonna go like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, sorry, he's acting up today. You know, he didn't take his medication. Then kids, next thing you know, kids are going like, okay, oh, what's wrong? You didn't take your medication today? And I'm like, fuck, what? You know what I mean? So, like, that wasn't gonna work out. I wasn't gonna go to college. I couldn't play sports, even though I would have been pro something.
Before I had my first pro fight, July 5th, 2000, Bart had a party at his house. The night before, Stephanie had told me she loved me. After the party, I was gonna go back to her house with her brother. He was my best friend. Some friends weren't doing well and headed to my house, so I had to go. An hour later, I got a call from her mom saying, "Are you with Stephanie?" She came straight to my house to get me, took me up and down the frontage road on Highway 99 by my grandma's house next to her trailer park. There was a wreck on the freeway. I jumped the fence and saw only one car and ambulances. She had walked and killed herself on the freeway. The girl I loved more than anything had tried to kill herself for the 3rd time and succeeded. She was going to go to college. She was an avid student and was doing everything I couldn't while living in a trailer park where everyone was doing dope. Meanwhile, I focused my whole high school years worried about what her and her friends would think if I lost a fight to her ex-boyfriend and football friends. There was no way I was going to go to school. I had no money, no car. I would have driven there and stopped her. After that, I was grown up. It was all over. I wasn't a kid anymore. I won my first fight in the first round with a choke, and all I could think about was her, just like when I was in school. I would run 7 miles and back to her grave just to promise her I would make it as a fighter like she knew, and had told me she knew and was proud of me.